Ever wondered how colonialism has shaped the cultural fabric of India, a country known for its rich and diverse heritage? Indeed, the influence of colonial rule has left an indelible mark on India's vibrant culture, impacting everything from language to literature and arts. Let's start at the beginning. The onset of colonialism in India dates back several centuries, with the arrival of European powers seeking to establish their dominance. These foreign influences brought about profound changes, resulting in a unique cultural confluence. Our focus today is the legacy of colonialism imprinted on the language we speak, the literature we read, and the art we admire. Each of these aspects provides a glimpse into the transformation India underwent under colonial rule, reflecting the intricate interplay between foreign influences and indigenous traditions. Join us on this intriguing journey as we delve into the cultural metamorphosis of India under colonial rule. Language, the heart of any culture. So what happens when colonial powers introduce a new tongue to an ancient civilization? In the 17th century, a significant shift occurred in the Indian subcontinent with the arrival of the British East India Company. This period marked the inception of a new language, English, into the intricate tapestry of Indian dialects. The English language, initially viewed as a symbol of status and power, began to shape and influence the linguistic landscape of the country dramatically. The British, aware of the power of language as a tool for control, began to establish English schools throughout the country. This educational reform, while aimed at creating a class of Indians Indian in blood and color but English in taste, inadvertently sparked a linguistic revolution. It led to the birth of what we now know as Indian English, a unique blend of English peppered with words from various Indian languages. Over the centuries, the English language has evolved in India, absorbing elements from the country's rich tapestry of languages, resulting in a distinct and vibrant form of English that reflects the diverse culture of the country. It has given us words such as bungalow, shampoo, and jungle, which are now globally recognized. Yet the introduction of English also had a profound impact on the regional languages of India. While some dialects flourished, others faced the threat of extinction. This phenomenon led to a cultural conundrum, a struggle between the preservation of regional languages and the adoption of a global language. Today, English remains a significant language in India, a symbol of modernity, a tool for global communication, and a means of social mobility. It coexists with the country's numerous local languages, each contributing to the rich linguistic diversity of the nation. Despite the challenges and changes it brought, the English language's introduction to India during the colonial era has undeniably left an indelible mark on the country's linguistic and cultural landscape. English, now considered a global language, has its roots deeply embedded in the Indian soil thanks to the colonial era. Literature mirrors society, but what happens when the mirror reflects a blend of indigenous and foreign influences? As the colonial period unfolded in India, the realm of literature experienced a profound transformation. This was a period of cultural convergence, where the ink of Indian authors began to trace a path that was both familiar and foreign, crafting a narrative that was as diverse as the land itself. The British rule in India, spanning over 2 centuries, gave rise to a new literary genre, Indian English literature. This genre was born out of a fascinating blend of the English language and Indian sensibilities. Indian authors began to use English, the language of the colonizers, as a tool to express their thoughts, emotions, and experiences. The likes of Rabindranath Tagore, R.K. Narayan, and Mulk Rajanand emerged during this era, penning iconic works that resonated with both the colonized and the colonizers. Their writing was marked by a fusion of local and foreign themes, weaving together tales of the Indian landscape, its rich culture, and the complexities of the colonial experience. Tagore's Gitanjali, for instance, was a poetic expression of spiritual and philosophical musings, while R.K. Narayan's Malgudi Days painted a vivid picture of life in an imaginary South Indian town. These literary works bore the distinct stamp of their Indian roots, yet they were articulated in a language that was globally understood. The colonial influence also led to the translation of many Indian classics into English, further broadening the reach of Indian literature. This period saw the emergence of Indian literature on the global stage, as Indian writers began to win prestigious international accolades. The colonial era was a time of upheaval, change, and adaptation. It was a time when Indian literature found a new voice, a new medium, and a new audience. The impact of this period was lasting and profound, forever altering the course of Indian literary history. The colonial period left an indelible imprint on Indian literature, creating a unique blend of narratives that still resonates with readers. Art is a reflection of a nation's soul. So how did the colonial influence alter India's artistic soul? Diving into the realm of art, we find a similar pattern of fusion and transformation. The colonial period saw a significant shift in Indian art forms, from paintings to music to architecture. This era marked an intersection of Eastern tradition with Western techniques and themes, creating a vivid tapestry of creativity that continues to resonate today. Indian paintings, once dominated by Mughal and Rajput styles, began to incorporate European realism and perspective. Artists started using oil paints and canvases, moving away from traditional materials such as vegetable dyes and cloth. The Bengal school of art, for instance, emerged as a response to the Western influence, blending European techniques with Indian themes, resulting in a unique style that celebrated India's rich heritage. The realm of music was not left untouched either. Indian classical music found a new audience in the colonial rulers, and in return, it absorbed elements of Western music. This led to the birth of Indo-Western fusion music, amalgamating the complex ragas of Indian music with the harmonies of the West. In architecture, the colonial influence was arguably the most visible. The British, enchanted by the grandeur of Indian architecture, started incorporating Indian motifs into their buildings. This led to the creation of the Indo-Saracenic style, a blend of Gothic, Mughal, and Rajput architecture. Iconic structures like the Victoria Memorial and the Chhatrapati Shivaji Terminus stand as enduring testaments to this fusion. Yet amidst this wave of change, the essence of Indian art remained intact. The themes of love, divinity, and nature, so integral to Indian arts, continued to be celebrated, albeit through a new lens. The colonial period was not just a time of change, but also a period of rediscovery and reinvention. The influence of colonialism has indeed played a significant role in shaping the Indian arts, creating a distinctive blend of the East and the West. So has colonialism eroded the cultural identity of India, or has it added another layer to its rich tapestry? Quite the conundrum, isn't it? As we've explored, it's evident that colonialism has left an indelible mark on the language, literature, and arts of India. The influence of colonial rule has certainly shaped the linguistic landscape, sowing the seeds of English language, while also enriching Indian literature with a unique blend of perspectives and styles. The arts too underwent a significant transformation, witnessing an amalgamation of indigenous and Western forms, creating a cultural renaissance of sorts. But this is not a story of mere influence or imposition. It's a narrative of resilience and adaptation, of taking the foreign and making it familiar. Indeed, India's cultural identity has not been washed away, but has become more multifaceted and diverse. The echoes of colonialism indeed still reverberate through the cultural corridors of India, making it a fascinating study of cultural confluence and transformation.